Example 3 for multiplying and dividing rational numbers. First step is to take all these mixed numbers and turn them into improper fractions. So I'll start with this. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. First fraction would be 8/3. Next, I look at this negative mixed number. I ignore the negative. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. And I'll bring the negative back and call it negative 3/2. Divided by 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. So this would be 13/4. And finally, another negative mixed number. I ignore the negative. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. So it would be negative 11/2. The next step is to go through here and take the reciprocal of any divisors. In other words, when you see a division sign, the number that immediately follows it needs to have a reciprocal replacing it. And so I'll say 8/3 times negative 3/2 times 4/13 times negative 11/2. Now I'm looking for that opportunity to cancel or reduce. I notice that I have these 3's here, so immediately I can take this 3 and that 3 out. I see a 4 and I see 2 and 2. 2 times 2 is 4, so I'm going to take this 2 out with that 4, because 2 times 2 is 4. This, and that can be reduced. There's no other opportunities to reduce. The 8 doesn't divide anything down here. Same with the 11. There's no canceling or reducing. So now it's simply time to multiply the top with the top and the bottom with the bottom. I do notice that from the original problem there were 2 negatives that guaranteed that my answer was positive. I still have 2 negatives in here, but they're going to cancel out. I will get a positive answer. So I'm going to take 8 times 11, which would be 88, over 1 times 1 times 13 times 1, which is 13. 88/13 is not appropriate as an answer. I want it as a mixed number, so I need to count that through. I'll go 13, 26, 39, and if I add another 13, it would be 52. Add another 13 would be 65. Another 13 would be 78. So that goes in there 6 times. 13 will divide that 6 times. So I'll have 6, and I'll have 10 left over, because 78 to 88 is 10. And so I say 10/13. This divisor here, this fraction, the denominator to your fraction, should always match that divisor with the condition that you weren't able to reduce. Okay, so like if this would have been 10 and I would have had 5/10 and I can reduce, but if you don't reduce, like in this case, that 10 would be your remainder, the 13 would be your original denominator. And so here's my answer, 6 10/13. That's example number 3.